So it's been a minute since we were able to update what we've been doing with this particular tumble. But we tumbled so much of the media off, you know, these got so small that we had to literally go get more stone and do a completely separate tumble just so we had enough to do our final pre-polish and polish stages. Because if we didn't, we just wouldn't have had enough. We'd have to put so much ceramic in there, it wouldn't have mattered, you know, it would have defeated the purpose.
Tumble.
Yeah, it would have been just nothing but ceramics in there for the most part. So that's why it's been so long. We're gonna mount the vibratory tumbler and we're gonna do pre-polish and polish in that. But that's where we are with this particular tumble. That's why it's been so long since we've released part whatever it is to this video. We'll see you soon. All right, we're starting a new tumble, even though we're still working on the blue tumble. The blue-green tumble that we're still doing. We decided to do an entire Rose Quartz tumble. So
we have a teenage young lady that we are friends with, and they really like Rose Quartz.
Rose Quartz is like her favorite thing. So we are going to pick and choose.
Lots of super pink in this one.
Is there good? See, you notice some of it looks white.
Or just very light.
Yeah, really light
Pale
color. Pink. I think the darker the better for Rose Quartz, honestly. So we're gonna pick out the best of the best. Start a brand new tumble. So let's see here. Let's start. We'll put the best on the far left, don't you think?
Sure.
So I'm just gonna start sorting a little bit. That's a good one. Oh, that one's got some cool color in it. Wow, look at that one. I can almost see through it.
This one's pretty. Look at the
That's
clarity
pretty,
on
yeah.
that one.
Nice.
It's almost rainbow quartz.
Yeah. Whoa, look at that one. Oh, yeah. Look how clear that is at the
Same
bottom.
thing. Cool.
How are we looking down here?
Lighter, but I mean they're still pretty.
Yeah.
Just lighter. It's a lighter pink. Got some really crystally bits though. Look at that.
Yeah.
That one's
Wow.
really pretty.
That one's kind of cool. Put that down here. And with quartz, we like tumbling quartz because you kind of can't mess it up. It's hard to mess up.
Don't jinx yourself.
I mean, you can screw up the polish, but it's so hard that I would recommend starting with quartz if you're starting tumbling.
Yep. It's a great place to start.
Start with quartz. You can't screw it up too bad. You know, you can cross-contaminate between tumbles, but you can do that with any stone. But if you do it with quartz, at least it's a little bit more forgiving.
Right.
It's not gonna ruin an entire bat. You might ruin a single session if you cross-contaminate, especially between grit and polish. Like if you go from silicon carbide to aluminum dioxide and you get some of that carbide in there, then yeah, that'll mess up your entire tumble. But yeah, cool. So we're gonna pick out the best of the best and get our drum loaded.
Yeah.
So one of the things we do when we store our drums, if we're not using them, we keep water in them just in case there's some contamination in there, some grit. We don't want it drying out in the drum, so we keep them in water. So just wanted to point that out. That's one thing that's kind of helped us save our drums a little bit, keep anything from happening bad to them. All right. Right, Puddin'? Yeah, be nice to your drums. We have 2 drums for our rotary tumbler.
Look at the sparkle on
Yeah.
that one.
Let's see if I can get that on film. On video. Not film. Nobody records on film now. Sort of.
Yeah, oh, there you go. That's it.
It's cool.
All right, we need more.
How are we doing?
About half.
Getting there. You want to fill about 3/4 generally.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Do we want to put the amethyst in there too, or like 2 or 3 pieces?
That is up to you.
Kind of do.
You always want to tumble amethyst, so go for it.
Ah! Let me go grab those real quick.
Okay.
So we had 3 pieces of amethyst left from when we bought the tumbler. They came with a selection of different stones to tumble. The problem with the Nat Geo tumbler, when you get the stones, they're not all the same hardness.
Yeah.
And they tell you to tumble them all together at weird speeds, at really high speeds and stuff, which does not work. And they don't give you a really good polish media either. They give you silicone carbide, which is not going to get you a great polish. But we can tumble this amethyst with the Rose Quartz because it's all
the
quartz.
same. Yeah.
Same hardness on Mohs hardness. You want to make sure that you stick to the same hardness. Ooh, this is a big Jimmy one. Holy smokes, should we smash that up?
Well, we've got other big.
Do we have big ones in there like that?
See?
Oh yeah. All right, toss it in there.
Okay.
How we doing on size?
Getting close. I'm thinking throw this guy in there.
Maybe this little tiny one.
These little guys, yeah.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have some left over,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. And we'll throw some media in there too, ceramic, to help
There.
fill the gaps.
And this one maybe? That one's
Sure.
super uber clear.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Okay, what do you think? Are we getting pretty
I
close?
think we're pretty close. I think we should just maybe, what, a couple smaller pieces? And
Okay.
then, because you don't want to fill it up
No.
all the way.
No.
You want maybe 2/3.
Yeah,
And that looks like 2/3.
definitely.
And we're going to now throw in some ceramic media, which we use to fill some of the gaps. It just helps with the polish, helps it go a little bit better. You don't have to do this, but it does cushion things a bit. No!
I see it. I'll get it later.
And it does speed up the tumble a little bit. It just helps fill the gap.
All right. There we go. A little bit of water and we should be good.
Yep, water and some grit. That's all we need now. I'll go get that. I'll
Yes.
be right back. Okay, we've added our water, and you want to make sure that the water is just below the surface. You can kind of see it there on the side. You don't want to fill it up.
One.
And then you're going to add tablespoons of grit. Now, this is a 3-pound rotary drum. We want 3 tablespoons of grit to go in there. We're running out of our phase 1 grit. Ooh, we're going to have enough? Be close. That'll work for phase 1. Is that a woodpecker?
Flicker, yeah.
Do we want to add
Perfect.
any more? Or
No.
that'll be
That
it?
was pretty much exactly.
All right, now we're going to button this up. And we're going to start it on phase 1, which is going to go for about, what? We agreed 4 days, I think, on the speed.
Yeah.
4 or 5 days.
We can even check it after 3, I think, to see if the grit is still gritty.
Yeah. And we'll be right back. And here we are. Got the drum loaded on our little tumbler. We're going to run it at the slowest speed possible. I know we've done this in other videos and walked you through it all. We're going to run it for about 4 days.
So we'll put on 5.
We'll put on 5 because we don't want to just stop. Slowest speed possible, which is 1 out of 3. And then we'll be back. If you've overloaded your drum, this will stop tumbling. It'll literally stop in a second. You'll get an error message. It'll be E. And it will quit spinning. It usually does it pretty quick, so you'll know if you've overloaded the drum. We've done this several times now, so we know what we're doing in terms of weight. That's about all it takes. Speed 1 for about 5 days roughly on Quartz for its first tumble. And we'll see you guys in a minute.